On your whiteboard, everyone should be writing down their 4 Persian civilizations. I got 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Matthew, what's the first? Second is who, Mongoy? Suclid. Yes, ma'am. Third is who, Sydney? Parthians. And the fourth is who, Madison? There you go. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the name of the gentleman who's the golden age of the Persians? Golden age of the Persians. That sounds Greek to me. I only have 2 correct answers, 3 correct, 4 correct answers, 5, 6 correct answers. I got like 20 boards up. Yannick, please educate your peers on who is the golden age of the Persians, please. Darius, ladies and gentlemen. You need to keep multiple names in your head and keep them separate. If not, you're in for a very long and terrible year. On your whiteboard, who is the golden age of the Greeks? Let's try that one. There we go. Who is this, Ron? Heracles. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the name of the first Greek civilization? Who is the first Greek civilization? Good. I got a lot of wrong answers, by the way. Cool. You do have a test tomorrow, friends. Ayla, what is it? Minoans. On your whiteboard, who is your second Greek civilization? Sam, you have to watch the videos when you miss, because if not, you're completely wasting your time here right now. Can we agree? And you have a test tomorrow. That's probably not great. Hannah. Mycenaeans. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the name, what do we call a port that facilitates goods back to Greece? What do we call a port that facilitates goods back to Greece? I've got 6 boards on an answer. That is not the way you usually hear it. However, it's not that hard to sit there and think about it. What is it, Matthew? It's a polis. Evolve, people. Think. Logical. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what do we call a unique government that is unlike all of its others? And in Greece, the reason why they're unique is because of geography. What do we call all of these unique governments? I got 1. Cheyenne, you're killing it. 2. Sarah's got it. Good. Cheyenne, educate your peers, please. City-states. Thank you. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what island were the Minoans on? Good. What is it, Sarah? Crete. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the unification of Greeks against the Persians called? Got 1, 2, 3. What is it, Quinn? Delion League. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the name of the war between Sparta and Athens? What is the name of the war between Sparta and Athens? Good, Alejandro. Peloponnesian War. On your whiteboard, write down who won the Peloponnesian War. And then tell me who really won the Peloponnesian War. Should have 2 things on your board. Who won the Peloponnesian War and who really won the Peloponnesian War, because they're the one who get everything. Perfect. Who is it? Nathan. Who won the Peloponnesian War?
Spartans won like the first war in 18, but the second invaded.
Invaded immediately after and took it all. So who's the real winner? Philip II. Sparta won. However, everyone's weak after. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the name of the 2 sides of the Persian War? Put a star next to the winner. Be specific. Don't say general terms. I got 1 right answer. 2. No, I don't want Persians. No, you could even get specific on your Greeks too here if you want. I'll take it. All right, Matthew has the best answer so far. Matthew, what is the answer?
Ahmed versus Delion League.
Yeah, that's a good answer, Matthew. I was looking for Achaemenid and the Persians, or you could even get fancy and say the Mycenaeans, because we know that's the Greek civilization of the time. On your whiteboard, please tell me, who conquers Greece post Peloponnesian War? Who invades? Do not forget his numerals. Do not forget his numerals. Ricky, who is it? Philip II. On your whiteboard, please tell me, who burns down Athens the first time? Come on, some of these answers should not be hard. We've covered some of this stuff like 4 times. Savannah. Xerxes. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the name of the founder of the Achaemenid Empire? Who is the founder of the Achaemenid Empire? Good. What do you got, Tristan? Cyrus. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the name of, the gentleman the Seleucid Empire is shaped after his death? Good. Come on. Sydney, who is it? Alexander the Great. What?
What empire was Philip II?
Huh?
What empire was Philip II?
Well, he's the end of what will be the Mycenaean, and eventually kind of ushers in what will be Alexander the Great, because he's his dad. So what?
Wait, if the Achaemenids or whatever, if they versed the Delian League and lost, then how come there were other Persian empires after it? Like,
Because Persian people are going to rally and create a new empire.
and they weren't attacked by the Greeks
No.
anymore?
No, because they've got their own problems. Remember, after they win the war, then we have Athens stealing all the money, so all the Greeks are like, God damn it. And then they start the Peloponnesian War, and then, Alexander the Great's dad shows up and conquers everything. So they got a lot going on themselves. All right, here we go, on your whiteboard. What is one of the 2 major pieces of, what are the 2 major books? One of the 2 major books written during the Mycenaeans. It's so famous, you've probably read them. Good. What are they? Give me one, Hannah. Odyssey. Or it could be what, Yannick? Iliad. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is it called when you hire lots of people to work in the government in order to streamline government? Good. What is it? Alejandro? Bureaucracy. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the most important thing to Athenian society? Without it, Athens would crumble. What is the most important aspect? No. Good, I got 1, 2, 3. Good. What is it, Quinn? Maritime trade. On your whiteboard, what is it called when you have rich people and poor people fighting themselves? What's a fancy term for rich people and poor people fighting? Good look at your notes there, Jason, instead of everyone else's boards. That is an option for you, by the way. Just wanted to include you in that. Cheyenne, what is it? Socioeconomic tension. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the name of the gentleman who is going to rebuild Athens post-Persian Wars, and in his rebuilding is going to cause the Peloponnesian War, because frankly he just abuses his ability to take the money. Who is it, Madison? Heracles. On your whiteboard, please tell me. Nope, here we go. Let's go. All right, here we go. So we got to Philip II of Macedonia, correct? He is going to come in after the Peloponnesian War. Who can raise your hand and tell me, why the hell did he wait until after the Peloponnesian War? What is the strategy here, Savannah?
Because they're weak.
Hell yeah, man. They've been fighting for 4 years. Okay? The 2 biggest empires have depleted themselves. 2 biggest city-states have depleted their resources. It's a good time to come in and swoop in. And, of course, that's what they do. So, you are now entering your 3rd Greek Empire. And the 3rd Greek Empire is Alexander the Great. Okay? Or Alexander of Macedon. Now, AP World calls him Alexander the Great. Obviously, that's what I've been calling him the whole time. If you heard Ren in his little speech, how they know he doesn't refer to him as Alexander the Great because he's only great to Greeks and not the Persians, yes? We still call him Alexander the Great. So, He is the son of Philip II. He is going to build the second, you're going to want to write this down, he's son of Philip II. You're going to want to write down he builds the second largest single man empire in the history of the world. We talked about who's number one? Genghis Khan, man, he's awesome. Okay, terrible human being, but awesome. Okay, and he invades Persia successfully. Okay, he invades Persia successfully. However, he is going to have a problem with exhaustion of his troops. We've seen how big his empire gets. It makes sense people got tired pretty quickly, correct? What?
You said builds the second largest.
A single man empire. Okay, so he is going to invade Persia. He does take it over. However, he stops when he gets to the Kush Mountains, the Hindu Kush Mountains, because his troops are just purely exhausted because they've been fighting for about 20 years. Okay, so this is how big his empire gets. As we can see, it's pretty expansive. As you can see, he does stop at the Hindu Kush. Okay, pretty damn impressive. Now, after he dies, okay, and I would put a big star. After he dies, technically we go into the Euclid, and I want you to put Euclid in quotes. After he dies, he goes into Euclid and puts Euclid in quotes. The Greeks call it the Hellenistic. The Greeks call it the Hellenistic age. Okay? Now, as you saw on both sides of the map, we do reference the Euclid. We also reference Hellenistic. Now, as AP World, we're going to just refer to it as the Hellenistic age. So, underneath it, I'd like you to center the title and write Hellenistic. That's the new period we're in. Okay, so Persians call it the Euclid. The Greeks reference it as Euclid/Hellenistic. So here we go. So the Hellenistic. This is post Alexander the Great's death. Okay, they're divided by their empires. Okay, they divide the empires to their generals, and it's broken up into 3 major sections. It is broken up into 3 major sections. You do need to know the 3. And they're right here. Now, the Euclid shouldn't be hard to remember. We've already talked about, we know it's Persia. Okay? Antagonist is Greece and Macedonia, the homeland. And then Ptolemy is Egypt. Now, it should make logical sense to Euclid. Okay, antagonist A, the starting of the alphabet, A, the starting of the empire, that's how I remember it. And Ptolemy, you're just going to have to remember, is Egypt. There's like 2 questions about it tomorrow on your test. But if you think about it logically, it makes sense. A, beginning of the alphabet, beginning of the empire. Macedonia, no, it doesn't help. It's not a very helpful mnemonic device, right? What do you got?
So the names of these empires are the names of the generals, right?
Yes. That's how they eventually break down. Okay? Now, the Hellenistic. Put a big star underneath it. It is the blending of Greek culture with local culture. Right, Mr. Potter? Cool, you better write that down. It is the blending of Greek culture and local culture, which makes it a unique aspect in every single one. What do you got, Tristan?
So if it's, how's the Lucis be starting with Augmented Empire?
It ends. The Achaemenid Empire ends. Euclid is the second empire of Persia. It's the end of the Achaemenid Empire. You have to understand that they're overlapping, and it's not a nice clean break. Especially when we're dealing with 2 different cultures that have 2 different opinions on the matter. Does that make sense? The Persians, when Alexander the Great come in, are not saying, "Ah, man, we suck. You know, we're done." Historians, as I'm trying to keep it nice and clean for you, when in fact it's really dirty and really messy. So that's why. But in your head, just keep them kind of separate to a degree. All right, so the only thing you need to know to the antigod, okay, there, next to it on your little thing, I'd write smallest. That's all I would write next to it. You don't need a ton of information next to your antigods. I would write smallest, okay. Your Ptolemaic, which is your Egyptian, okay, you need to know it's the most important city. Who can raise your hand and tell me why Egypt would become the most important Hellenistic empire site. Why, Matthew?
It's of Alexandria.
Okay, it's Alexandria, yes, but let's use a little bit more. Why?
It's like a big trade city and it has a bunch of culture.
No, they don't really care about culture. They have their own culture. Hi. Think about it. We're in week 4. Why have we talked about Egypt 10,000 times? What is the thing you should know about Egypt more than anything else right now, Sam?
Didn't they have the library?
Okay, cool. Yes, they have a library. Wyatt.
And now we're consistent.
Thank you. So it has tons and tons of what, Wyatt?
Silk.
Silk. I don't really care about silk. Guys, what is the Nile have more than anything else? Huh?
It has consistent flooding, so they have lots of food.
They have lots of food. What do the Greeks not have? Food. Yes. They also have, because they have plenty of food, they have plenty of other stuff as well. There's tons and tons of resources. To the Greeks, Egypt looks like heaven. Can you agree? There's just food and crap everywhere. Okay? It's awesome. It is the most important port for the Greeks. Okay? Because they get most of their stuff from there. Okay, now, for this Euclid, I don't know. You don't have to write anything. We're good with that. Okay, Euclid, just know that they kind of exist. Cool. What?
Wait, what do you say about the last one? With those Euclids?
You mean the Ptolemy?
Yeah.
That is the most important. It's located in Egypt
Okay.
because of its resources. Okay, so another thing you do need to know, obviously, trade is moving around all across the basin. Okay, and then because we have all this Hellenistic, we have 3 major Hellenistic regions, correct? Okay, well, all of them think they're the best Greeks, so they create the Pan-Hellenic Games, which are now known as the Olympics. You're going to want to include that fun fact. Okay, these 3 regions of the Hellenistic empires are going to compete against each other when we call the Olympic Games. So when you think of the Olympic Games, is it happening during the Mycenaean Age? No. It's when really not much is going on in Greece. A lot of things are happening in Egypt. However, it does allow everyone to feel like awesome in Greek. What do you got?
Does the Mycenaeans happen, are they overlapping?
They're done. They're gone. They got conquered by Philip II.
Okay, but did they overlap with the Spartans?
Yeah, they are the Athenians and Spartans. When we think of all of that stuff, that's during the Mycenaean Age.
Okay.
All right. So, I don't think anyone's surprised that Greece is a patriarchal society. Can we agree? However, it's lessened in what city-state? Sparta. There we go. Why? What do you got?
So, is like that the end of New Kingdom Egypt when Greece takes over?
That is a really great question, and that is a run to the T. Because as you saw in my Egypt, I'm talking about damn farming the whole time, and I'm talking about any of the cool stuff, correct? I have no idea. I know Egypt doesn't really die off until the Romans, because that's when like Cleopatra and all that crap's going down, so I know they're still kicking it. I don't know. And I'm being honest with you, obviously. I have no idea. It'd make a lot of sense, though. But, in fact, I have no idea, so ask Ryan. I'll ask him. What period do you have him? Oh, I'll have him 4th. I'll see what your answer was. What do you got?
So Alexander the Great called himself Greek, right?
Yeah, he called himself Greek, but is he really Greek?
He's Persian.
No, he's not Persian. He's Macedonian.
Oh, he's Macedonian.
He's Macedonian, but he calls himself Greek. However, he's going to be the greatest spokesman for Greece because all he's going to do is talk about how great Greece is. So everywhere he goes, everyone's like, oh man, these Greeks are pretty damn great. When in fact, yeah, they're pretty good.
So the Hellenistic empires are like Greek.
They're Greek empires, but they're completely detached from the homeland of Greece. But they're still trying to be like the best Greeks one can be. Alright, so patriarchal society. Women are supposed to be just at home with the children, supposed to be very much so hidden from public figures. Yeah. So we're going to see a lot of infanticide. What's infanticide? What is infanticide, Alejandro? Yeah, you're killing babies. Why? Why do you think in a super patriarchal society? What do you think, Matthew?
Maybe like they want sons.
There you
instead
go.
of daughters.
There you go. We're going to see a lot of infanticide of women. You're going to see that in a lot of very heavy patriarchal societies. For instance, perfect example is China. For a very long time, China was having a huge issue with the killing of girls, young babies, because they wanted boys. Okay. However, that has decreased. It's actually flipped, which is fascinating to see, but we'll see that. All right. Slavery, just be aware. Slavery is happening in Greece. They're importing them from all over the place. Okay, just be aware. You don't have to write down. Remember, I'll tell you. Okay, you do need to be kind of aware, just aware. You don't need to write that the Greek language is based on the Phoenicians. We know that, correct? Okay, and they're going to make it incredibly complex. You do need to know a couple of these. So, your cultural aspect. I would just write culture at the top for this section. Okay, they use their big thing, and I put a big star on it because it's what the Greeks are known for, observable evidence and rational thought. That's their core. In college, you will have to take a course called ethics. Okay, it doesn't matter where you go. You go to a big prestigious school or a local Florida school, you're going to have to take it. You're going to have to read Socrates. You're going to have to read Aristotle and read all of their arguments for rational thought. Good luck. It's so damn boring. What do you got?
This is like the Socratic method.
Yes, all of that crap, that's just from him asking questions. Imagine if I was teaching you the Greeks and I would say, well, how does that make you feel? What are your thoughts on the matter? Well, how are you connecting to this? Imagine if I stood there and did all that crap. Oh my God. It would be hilarious for me because you people would get so pissed. However, that's the Socrates method. All right, you do need to know that they are going to, we're going to have the foundation of math. What is it? What is the stupid thing? Thank you. I'm not a math teacher. You know what I mean? That's not something I need to know. What is it? Pythagorean theorem. There you go. Sorry. Unlike you, I don't have to use it in my future because you're definitely going to use it in your future. What do you got, Sam?
Is this happening in the Hellenistic?
It's really going to happen in the Mycenaean. Any of the cultural achievements are going to happen in the Mycenaean. The Hellenistic are just going to brag about it. But after we go through all of our empires, remember, we go through a cultural component, which looks at the whole thing. Okay, Socrates, you do need to know his name. Okay, he teaches Plato, who is another big name you do need to know. And he is always, he's the guy who's asking questions. And he wants you to think out your own solutions. That's his big thing. He's forced to drink hemlock. That's his punishment, and he dies. Huh? Hemlock is a poison. All right, then you got Plato. Now Plato, you do need to know, he wrote the Republic. When you get to college and you're sitting in your ethics class, probably your sophomore year, and you're sitting in there and you're going to go talk to all your friends about all the cool things you're learning, and then everyone will realize you're an idiot, because who cares? You're going to be reading the Republic, which is all a bunch of questions and logic and analyzing what are reasons and what is logic. So enjoy. However, it's a big foundation. Then we got Aristotle, who is the student of Plato. Okay? So it's like in the future generations, you will be able to say, I was a student of the Bennett. See, it's going to stand the test of time. Like, aren't you impressed by these students? You're going to be the same way. Anyway, I can have a joke, okay? Anyway, Aristotle is a student of Plato. He also tutors Alexander the Great, by the way. Fun fact, does tutor Alexander the Great. And he emphasizes reason. His big thing is reason. Socrates' big thing is logic. What do you got? Yeah, they just like theorized all day, and people wrote it down. Yeah, and they walked around in like these like robe things. Imagine if I just showed up to school every day in like a robe. It'd be so breezy. Great. Little sandals. In my head, they have little olive. You know, they have the little halo of the olive in my head. But yeah, they just sit around and just talk all day. I guess it's kind of what I do, except I don't sit. Huh? What do you got?
Was the guy who
Who? What?
I forget what his name is, but the person who invented logarithms. Is he Greek?
Oh God, sweetie. God. I married an accountant, so I don't do math. I don't look at numbers. I don't deal with numbers. I barely know my own phone number, sweetie. Those are questions that are beyond me. I'm sorry. Google it, man. All right, here we go. You do need to know the Greek theology. Okay, the Greek official Greek religion is polytheistic, which you should know by now. Okay, the Zeus is your principal god. If you need to write this down, write it down. If you already know it, then I guess you know it. They have religious cults, which means they have specific areas that worship specific people. Okay? So if you wanted to be really brave in war, who would you pray to? There. Is it Ares? Yeah, he is the god of war. Sorry. I already said I'm not a big fan of it. What do you got?
Is it considered polytheistic because like Zeus is the main one?
Yeah, oh, there's like tons of gods.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's tons of them. That's why it's polytheistic. But in every religion, there's primary gods, the ones who are the most powerful. You do need to know that the Greeks are the ones who create dramas. Okay? You don't need to know any of them, but you do need to know that they have dramas. You do need to know, like, they create theater, like art, culture, and all that stuff. They create dramas and comedies. You just have to be aware of it. They're not going to ask you anything specific on it. All right? Congrats, you finished content. Take out your spice and your focus and see what you need. Huh? I'm so bad. That's fine. I'll take whatever you got. Some of you have a very long night ahead. But that's just so not true. That is so not true. I see everyone else has it full, so that seems like a BS answer there, boss. What do you got?
P for
Wait. What? P for what?
Crete civilization.
Crete civilization, so you mean the Minoans?
Yeah.
The Minoans, the political, it's based on a kingdom structure. Guys, you can look at your notes. Remember, it's your notes and your textbook that it's all coming from, okay? Look at your notes. Be reasonable. Think logically. It makes sense. What?
That's an I for Sparta.
I for Sparta interactions. Very hard farming conditions causes militaristic state. See? Think about it. Bless you, darn. Anyone else? All right, Saran. E for Sparta. They're economically independent for the most part. Very little economic trade. Very little trade. Why are they little economic trade? Why is there little trade, Yannick?
They thought outside ideas would destabilize.
Yeah, they thought the outside ideas were bad. And they're also in the damn mountains. Okay? And do you think these people are the friendliest? Are you going to be like, oh my God, I'm going to take my big wagon with all these goodies and I'm going to go trek into the, mountains and see a bunch of weirdos? No. So there's not a lot of trade going on. Nathan.
E for Athens.
E for Athens. Their entire economy is maritime based. Guys, logically sit there and think about it. Some of these are kind of tricky because there's not a ton of information. I get it. But some of these are not that hard. That if you sat there and you actually thought about it, it would make sense. Jason, what do you need, man?
The I for Euclid.
I for Euclid. Who can help me out with an I for Euclid? What do you got, Ayla?
Encourage Greeks and Macedonians to settle
Wait, what?
Encourage Greeks and Macedonians to settle there as well.
There you go. So they're going to try to pull as many Greeks over. What do you got, Wyatt?
S for Euclid.
S. What's a social for Euclid? It, that's fine. That works. What do we got for an S? Saran. Okay, you're going to see that the Persians are going to continue to rebel against all Greek authority post Alexander the Great. Yannick. E for Euclid. Who's got an E for Euclid? Anyone have an E? That's okay. All right, you're going to see that trade is going to decline significantly during the Euclid Empire. Why is trade going to decline? What is going on during the Euclid Empire? Is it peaceful or is it very tumultuous? They're constantly fighting, so what suffers immediately? Trade. So trade is going to plummet significantly because of it. And is that going to stabilize or destabilize? Destabilize, because when no one has any money, people get even crankier. What do you got, Mia? E for Athens. Maritime trade is the base, which we talked about. You can say, what do we got for an E? What do you got, Sam?
They traded honey, olive oil, silver, pottery.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one, Sam. All right. What do you got, Sam? I'll help you.
I need an E for the Sassanids.
E for Sassanids. Who can help me out? Didn't we cover them? No, Suklid, sorry. E for the Sassanids, they are going to be your descendants of the Achaemenids, right? They're your fourth? Yeah. They are going to... Oh, they're going to be the ones that are going to be laying down to begin trading with Asia, and will lay the foundation for what will become the Silk Road. You don't know that, and there's no way you would know that, so you can write that down. It's the foundation for what will become the Silk Road. Their trading systems are going to be the foundation for the Silk Road. What do you got, Abby? E for Sassanids, political. They are going to have a emperor system. Is that what you're going to say?
I was gonna say that they lost Romania.
Oh, yeah, they did. What do you got, Mia? Social for Sassanids. They are going to have a... Huh? What do you got?
Descendants of Athens.
There you go. There you go. They consider themselves the descendants of the Achaemenids, and they are going to have very a big stratification between wealthy and poor. That's a good one too. For Sassanids, they have a huge gap. What do you got? Shh. Other than what? Art farming. Isolation created by the mountains. Boom. What do you got, Wyatt?
Oh, the S for Crete civilizations.
S for Crete, social. What do you got, Sam?
They had, most of them were really good builders and seafarers.
Their economies, social class. The largest social class is going to be traders, maritime, seafarers. Yeah. What do you got, Rachel? Huh? I'm ready for focus. Are we ready for focus? What do you need, Mia? C for Sparta. What's a cultural for Sparta? Come on, this is an easy one. Mia.
Children learn the values of the state religion, which revolves around the kings who also serve as disciplinary.
Oh my God, that's such a long answer. Yes. Children are going to learn the state religion via state training. Simplify, sweetie. You don't need to write me a novel. Keep it simple, stupid. That'll save you time later, Mia. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to keep it simple, stupid, get to the point, and move on. What's on? I for Athens. Who's got an I for interactions? What do we got? Ayla.
Seaports used to establish trade and trade.
Don't say seaports. We know what they're talking about. What is it? Huh? Policies. They create policies in order to import trade, and that's where their wealth comes from. What?
Would architectural style be classified as a culture or an interaction?
If you're talking about they're importing that marble, that's an interaction, friend. If you're talking about they're building temples, that's a cultural thing. So you can kind of speak it both ways, or whatever you need. Focus time! What do you need, Sam?
So if the polis is like a port, does that mean Sparta's not actually a polis?
Okay, so we call anything that's on the peninsula city-state. Because they have a really strong government and they're unique. We call everything that's importing goods back to Athens a polis. Does that make sense? Anything that's like literally there for production use to send back to the peninsula, we're going to consider it a polis. It allows us to kind of keep it separate. You'll see that there's some overlap. Some people call all of them polises and all of them city-states because the polises around the Mediterranean don't have governments. They're just there for profit. All right. Focus. What do we got, Rachel? What is the what? What is the decline of the Sassanids? They're going to be conquered by the Muslims. We talked about that in class. All right. Anyone else? We got Tristan.
What was the decline of the Sassanids?
I literally just answered. Will someone please educate my boy Tristan?
Conquered by the Muslims.
Conquered by Muslim element.
Goodbye. You have a test tomorrow. 25 questions. Woo! Best day of the week. I would look at your focus, your spice, and your notes. What?
Traditional Persian beliefs.
Huh?
Traditional Persian beliefs using Zoroastrianism and bureaucracy.
That's not Persian or Greek.
Persian.
Persian, yeah. Zoroastrianism, bureaucracy, all that stuff. Goodbye.